Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be talking about voice actor Steve Blum, a man who voices characters such as Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, Wolverine, and Starscream, doubling down on his support for Disney's Reparations call, exposing his own ignorance regarding the current state of political activism. We're going to jump right into this article from Bounding into Comics. Prolific voice actor Steve Blum has doubled down on his support for Disney's recent call for black reparations, which there shouldn't be any reparations. None of y'all motherfuckers were slaves. Y'all not descendants of slaves. And your parents were not descendants of slaves. So none of y'all deserve reparations. No. And in the process exposes his own ignorance regarding the full extent of the concepts being pushed by his ideological allies. As previously reported, the man behind such iconic English voice roles as Cowboy Bebop's Spike Spiegel, Naruto's Orochimaru, and Marvel's Wolverine across various media threw his hat into the debate on reparations in response to a recent episode of the company's Disney Plus exclusive revival, The Proud Family Louder and Prouder. Therein, Penny and her friends perform a slam poetry number calling for black people to receive some sort of payment from the U.S. government as apology for their being the victims of the once legal practice of slavery. Which this is just basically propaganda that they're trying to teach the children about white man bad, essentially. Replying to Twitter user and Wokeness's opinion that the segment was blatant anti-white propaganda, Blum combatively asserted in a February 8th tweet, "I'm white and a voice actor who will probably never work on the show for the most excellent of reasons. Your excellent of reasons is more than likely because the characters are black and you're white, so you probably feel you shouldn't voice them. That's your most excellent of reasons, guaranteed. Your tweet is blatantly ist. Your anti-woke rhetoric is dangerous and divisive. No, this garbage propaganda that they're putting into these children's shows, especially children's shows such as The Proud Family, which was a great show about a successful black family who had a nuclear family household, and you decided to revive this show so that you could put in your bullshit propaganda for children to watch. I totally support Disney Plus, Proud Family, and all colleagues for doing this. Well, you would be a dumbass. I'm sorry, but you're dumb. You don't know shit. You speak all this crap and you think you know stuff, but you really don't. In light of his disingenuous tag, Blum's response would subsequently go on to be covered on Bounding into Comics on February 13th, with site editor and this article's author, Spencer Bakuli, recapping the full exchange and its context to the site's readers in a piece headlined this. This article would draw a number of critical replies from readers, with many disappointed that an individual responsible for bringing to life many of their favorite characters would so happily buy into the divisive rhetoric. That's because he's a lefty, like most people in Hollywood. So, it's no surprise there. One such reader was Twitter user this person who retweeted BIC's tweet sharing the article in question and lamented, and just like that, another one turns to S in my eyes. This person's tweet would soon draw an agreeing response from fellow Twitter user this person who opined, "How can a guy voice so many of my favorite characters yet be so cucked? My life is a lie." This is one of those times where, yes, I wish I could look at someone like him, enjoy his characters that he voices, and like him as a person, but this is one of those times where you have to be able to separate the art from the artist, but don't fund your political enemies. Don't fund people that hate you. Deciding for an unspecified reason to reply to this exchange out of the dozens generated by BIC's initial tweet, Blum then interjected to his eventually swing quote, "Teaching actual history so evil is not repeated is cucked? No. Spewing propaganda at children, lies, mind you, is cucked. You can teach the history in school. You don't need to teach the history by injecting it into a children's show. So you support the ignorance and hate fueled by book banning. What's the MAGA buzzword for that?" And we know this guy has massive TDS, similar to like a Mark Hamill. Taken aback by, this is not really the point of the video, Taken aback by his accosting, this person replied, I didn't mention books, but since you did, when it comes to things like this being in effing grade schools, yes, I am okay with book banning. Alongside his tweet, he shared an excerpt from Maya Kakabi's graphic novel Genderqueer, a memoir book regularly stocked in grade school libraries and recommended to children, wherein Kababi offers an explicit language-filled recount of their first experience with this thing. We're going to skip right past that because I'm not showing that. Garbage. However, this response will lead Blum to reveal his own woeful ignorance of the current state of political activism, so much so that if confirmed, it wouldn't be a stretch to believe that he regularly receives all his information from only the most partisan of left-wing outlets. That's just Prawn, the voice of Final Fantasy VII's pre-remake Vincent Valentine denied in return. Not at all what we're talking about. Is this shit from your collection? Should never be in a school. Well, you agree that it shouldn't be in a school, yet you're talking about what? Book banning? Yes, these are books that people want to ban from schools. And all of a sudden, you finally have an individual thought, a smart thought at that this should not be shown to children. And the person that made that book should be under a jail cell for even making that garbage. That is the book, Genderqueer Explained. That is one of the books that people are up in arms about in being in elementary school. Look into it. So see how you're being lied to. Again, like, he only listens to left-wing crap. I think they're both trash. Both left and right wing are both trash. Offering one final comment and situation before exiting the conversation, Blum declared, I wouldn't want my young kids reading anything explicitly this thing. Orientation doesn't matter, he concluded. What we were talking about whitewashing history. So no one's whitewashing anything. Once again, it defeats. You're essentially going out of your way to lie about what is actually happening. What is actually happening is that they're injecting political propaganda for children to watch so that they believe what they're watching in their cartoon is true, because children are sponges and they absorb information like a sponge, and they just, whatever they see, they think it's real. For the most part, because they're kids. They don't know any better. They're still, their brains are still evolving, developing, and they don't know any better until the parents teach them the right thing. And history books teach them the right thing. But, again, children typically only have one orientation. They typically find out if they're something like perhaps gay or lesbian when they're older, because there's no such thing as gay kids, trans kids, lesbian kids, or any other garbage orientation that you believe in, or any of you weirdos believe in, like the people at Disney do. Like that one exec who supposedly has a trans kid and a pansexual kid. No, you don't. You have two brainwashed kids that you brainwashed and groomed because you are a fucking psychopath. And that's what you are. That's what that lady is, anyway. That'll be all for this video today. Thank you all for checking it out. Be sure to hit the like button if you do like the video. Comment below your feeling about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set it to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.